Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So listen you guys, I want to talk a little bit about the Mseleku boys. Okay, so recently or after the last episode, you guys, there has been many videos done about how the Mseleku boys are getting or are becoming very disrespectful when it comes to how they treat women, like the things that they say about women, and especially with the comment that was made by Umnini saying that he said "Kusi, girls are like a taxi" or something like that. And I think we will see more on that in the next episode, because there was a preview for the next episode. So while we were watching that, there's another story that is being reported that Ulwandle has a girlfriend that is pregnant, and while he has a girlfriend that is pregnant, he has another girlfriend that he just started being in a relationship with, and the other one, the girlfriend that is pregnant, is being asked to accept this relationship, the new relationship. And listen, you guys, I've always felt like out of all the boys, Ulwandle was the most humble, the most respectful. And I've always hoped for him that he was going to make a different decision from the decision that his father made. And he was also going to make a different decision from the decision that his brother Mpumelelo made. And I also felt like his personality is not a personality that would be able to deal with his tempo, because his tempo is a lot, okay? So then, you guys, when he started saying that he also wants his tempo, I was like, yeah, ne? But I still had hopes that he can still just meet a girl and fall in love and decide that he's not going to do the nonsense, okay? You guys know what I'm referring to when I say the nonsense. So now, you guys, finding out that he had, when I first saw the pictures on Facebook, that there was this girl that, he found, the girl was so in love with him, and there's pictures of him giving flowers to this girl. They're sitting in the car, and I was like, this is cute, okay? I hope this is the girl that is going to make him feel like, this is it. I love this woman. I don't want nobody else. But it didn't work out that way, because even at the time, because when we were seeing these pictures, there were people commenting that he does have another girlfriend, a different girlfriend from that one. The thing that is being reported, you guys, is that he is not being very respectful to the girlfriend that is pregnant. He's not being very nice to the girlfriend that is pregnant. It is alleged that he is saying, listen, while the guy is pregnant, listen, I'm in a new relationship now. You can accept it or you can take, okay, in the relationship, which is very disappointing and very unlike Ulwandle. But at the same time, we only know Ulwandle as Zingane on the show, and on its Utan and they're in a position where they are kids and their mothers are doing the show. So a lot of the times you have to see them being respectful to their parents, because they're doing a show with their parents. So that is not the Lwandle that we haven't seen, the Lwandle that is dating. We haven't seen a Lwandle being a friend. So we don't know how Lwandle is like away from his family. Now, still, you guys, it's very disappointing to hear that he is like that in his relationship. It's very, very disappointing. And also, I thought he was going to do better than Mpumelelo. I really was hoping that he was going to do better than Mpumelelo. And as much as we have seen Mpumelelo being disrespectful to his girlfriend, but we haven't seen him maybe even being abusive like that, like verbally to them, So I was like, oh wow, he's if the stories are true, it's actually even worse than what we've seen with Mpumelelo dealing with his girlfriend. Because with the abuse with Mpumelelo, it's just the fact that you're never gonna be the only girlfriend. He's always gonna be getting this girlfriend and then that one, and he's going to be expecting you to deal with the mess, okay? But we haven't seen him being even rude to his girlfriends. We haven't even seen him being rude. So I was like, wow, that is shocking. That is very disappointing. Because one thing that I've said on my videos when it comes to Lwandle was that he's very respectful. I loved him. I loved his reaction when he was being given the car, especially how he made sure to say thank you to Makumalo and all of that. I loved him. So I'm so disappointed. Now the little one is joining them now, talking about how girls are like sexy. I don't know if anybody that has money and whatever is, yeah, but it's just something that you don't even want to think about deeply. Like, this is just a child that is saying this about women. But you guys, here's the thing. I don't know. I think we were delusional to think any of those boys were going to grow up and be people that respect women. I think we were delusional, honestly. Because one thing about Mseleku is that we have seen him time and time again disrespect his wives on national TV. He has called them he has said that bayathakatha at some point, they are very selfish, and there are many disrespectful things that he has said about his wives on national TV, you guys. And remember, when you are shooting a show, there's cameras around, there's just the crew. That in itself makes you conscious about what you say. And if you say something like that with everybody and you know this is going to go on TV, but you still say those things, imagine what he says when the cameras are not around. So he's not somebody that is very respectful to women. He doesn't think very highly of women. He doesn't think very highly of girls. He doesn't think very highly of women, okay? And he has a show where the whole purpose of the show is to disrespect a woman, and a woman's position in their home. That is the whole concept of the show. So I don't know how we were thinking that those boys were going to miraculously become boys that even, I don't know, guys, are close to respecting a woman, or think of a woman as an equal somehow, an equal that needs to be respected. I don't know where we were getting that. The delusion that is us. Ayoma Kumalo, guys, should have said it about us. Mayeni is not the one that is delusional. We were delusional to think that those boys are go. When have they seen it? Where have they seen somebody thinking highly of women? Where have they seen it? And we know that every boy, guys, every boy wants to be like their father. A boy would be wanting to be like a father that they've never even met, And I remember this one time, guys. I was sitting in the house, and boy at that time was still young, like a toddler, like maybe 4, 5, 6, and they were sitting with his friends, right? Pam the other kids that were the same age as him, and bayadlala and all of that, and then they start talking about their fathers. My father's going to buy me this and this, and then the other child is like, my father is this and this and that. Like, they're saying big things that their fathers are going to do for them, and they are sharing what their fathers have done for them, and it's like, you can hear, these boys are like, their fathers are their heroes. But you know why? When I was looking at those boys, because I knew them, I knew their families, I knew their mothers, and I knew half of them, they didn't even know their fathers, and some of them, their fathers are not in their lives, and I'm like, your father is not that hero. But I'm not going to say that to a child, but in my mind, I'm thinking, your father is definitely not that hero that you're talking about. But in a boy's mind, a father is always a hero, and they just want to be like them. It takes time for a boy to actually realize, my father is not a good father to me. As an adult, some of them would admit, my father was not a good father. But as a child, even though their father is not in their lives, a lot of the time they think it's their mother is not letting them see their father, because their father must be somewhere searching for them and wanting to see them. So boys always want to be their fathers, because they feel like when they are more like their fathers will be pleased with them. And that is like the best thing that you can have, as opposed to have your father approve of what you've become. So I'm like, where did we think that Ulwandle was going to be this nice boy that respects women and thinks highly of women? Lwandle has even changed his attitude, because, guys, when the show began, I remember even Umakele saying this, was, listen, one thing about Lwandle, he is very protective of me as his mother. If you want to have an issue with Ulwandle, touch me. That was Umakele earlier on in the seasons of Uthando Nesembe. She said that Ulwandle is very protective of his mom. But we don't see that protective energy right now, because when they're sitting the other time having a conversation about him becoming a healer, where he was being disrespectful to his mom and very dismissive to his mom, because that's how their father is like. Okay? That's how their father is. Like, he's very dismissive, very disrespectful. It's just that we are watching it on TV, so for some reason, it's like we overlook it because sometimes that show can drive you crazy if you're really gonna look at every single thing that he was saying. Tell me this one thing: what father has an issue with the wife? The issue is that the wife is not giving him enough sex. That is the issue. Who goes to the table at breakfast and say, vele wena ungithandi wena you are very selfish wena awuyithandile fam, to your wife, just because your wife decided no, not tonight, and you said it in front of the kids, in front of everybody, in front of the other wives. That's what these boys are exposed to. So for us to think that they're going to act different from their father, we are the delusion that Makumalo was talking about. We are the ones. I think Makumalo was actually seeing us there and saying we are delusional. Instead of we are the ones. They were never going to be respectful to the women. They haven't seen it, Like the thing that Umnene is saying, that as long as you have money, you can get any girl. Yeah, he's right. Because it does feel like that. If it wasn't for the fact that Mseleku is so well off, those women wouldn't put up with that nonsense. They're putting up with it because that kind of a situation. That's what the boys are saying. So obviously you don't have to give anything to a woman but money. If you have money, then then you can just be disrespectful. You can treat them anyhow. You can go and cheat. You can go whatever. A girl just needs you to have money. That's it. That's what they are saying. And right now, they are now reflecting that back to, everybody, to the country, to say, this is what we've learned and this is what we are. So I'm very disappointed with Uluandle, but when I thought about it, I was like, but it was always going to be that way, you guys. But-ke nalamantombazane, guys, ngathi ngiyabona umntana mesefika esethi yami polygamy futheke nabo nje bayathanda, guys, nabo nje. Because I'm looking at those girls now with the pictures I'm like, would these girls date Ulwandle if Ulwandle was not Mseleku? Ulwandle, guys, Ulwandle, would they date Ulwandle if he wasn't from Mseleku? So even with them, I'm like, I don't feel sorry for you, because now you were after something, and what did you get? Yeah, I'm now you must futeka, because I do believe that those girls wouldn't go for Lwandle if he wasn't Mseleku from Muthando's team, all of that, you guys. But anyway, that's what's going on, you guys. The boys Mseleku are disappointing us. But what did we expect? It was always going to be that way.